Welcome back to Whole Brain Coffee. Today we're going to be taking a look at an interesting company, Califia. Now, Califia are known to be making a lot of beverages that are plant-based, non-GMO. They make things like dairy creamers, almond milk, oat milk, different things of that variety. But one thing they also do make, as you see on the table before us, is a cold brew. It's actually one of their best-selling products. So today we're going to be seeing, does it hold up to snuff, and does it hold up to the scrutiny, the rigorous scrutiny of the whole brain scale?
Now, they source their beans from South America and East Africa. And according to them, they use a proprietary cold brew method, which somehow makes the beans be in contact with more water or something.
Then direct immersion.
They don't explain this. They say it's proprietary.
Right.
But somehow they claim that maybe the water is more wet and therefore contacts the beans more. Who knows? Anyways, we're going to be taking a look at this and see if it's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can expect, I guess, some apple, caramel, cocoa, bold and balanced. Only one ingredient in this, or two rather.
Two.
Coffee and water, which is a plus.
Is a plus. So, okay. So it has a cap that's actually
impossible to open.
Impossible to open. Very similar to a juice cap.
Strike one.
I don't want to use my teeth on this. Do you think you can get it without teeth? I don't have any
Strike one
nails.
for Califia. If you're in a hurry and you're having caffeine withdrawals, this would be quite problematic.
Yes, this would dampen your spirits. And so, if you
That's okay.
Go ahead and
That's okay.
hand me the proprietary sipping apparatus we have here on Whole Brain.
Also known as a CUP.
Yes, or a MUG for that matter.
Or an MUG.
MUG. We don't call it by its official name because that's proprietary. Just a little bit. All right.
Cheers,
so
brother.
Let's see how this tastes here.
Well, it smells.
Well, actually, yeah. Actually, it doesn't smell bad. It smells pretty good, actually.
Smells like coffee. That's a plus.
But it also smells very sweet, and I can't help but wondering what kind of coffee is used in this process.
They don't really talk about, so I'm assuming it's nothing extraordinary, right?
It almost seems like, is this the same kind of sweetener as I smell in so many different proprietary blends for companies? It's
not horrible.
You know what is really interesting to me is how in some way, shape, or form, there is this way that these companies get a certain kind of artificial sugary taste out of their coffee, claiming to only have two real ingredients in the coffee. That just seems very interesting to me.
What are you suggesting?
I don't know, but it just seems that perhaps, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm open to scrutiny on this, but I don't know if they're just using flavored beans or what to get this kind of taste.
Listen, I need a cigarette. I think we just stumbled upon a massive worldwide conspiracy.
A worldwide conspiracy indeed. So, I don't know. To me, how much of the natural flavors of the bean am I getting, or am I just getting a bean that's flavored beforehand by some other methodology, similar to when you go to the store and you buy like hazelnut beans or buy like pumpkin spice beans, or it's like those don't grow in nature.
So what are you suggesting here? That this is water that's been flavored with coffee, or what do you?
It just seems as though they're using a bean that's flavored similar to a lot of the store-bought flavored beans, as opposed to just a direct immersion. Now, I'm open to being wrong on this, but whenever I do, and believe me, I know about my cold brews, I know about my ratios, but when I do ratios, even in the most bold renditions of ratio, you're kind of hard pressed to just get this kind of flavor, let alone an artificial flavor like this, out of a coffee bean that's not been tampered with in some form. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm open to being wrong. I'm open to scrutiny.
That's a strong statement.
I keep tasting these cold brew coffees from these companies I keep tasting them. They keep having this exact same artificial sweet flavor. So it is a little bit suspicious after a while.
Well, now that you've completely trashed this coffee, which, mind you, I don't think it's that bad.
It's not bad. It's just a little odd.
Fake. Little fake.
It's a little fake.
Yeah, it tastes a little fake. Yeah. But so did the Stoke, or whatever it's called, right?
Maybe it's just that they use similar kinds of beans and similar kinds of flavors, and maybe I am wrong. Or maybe it's only certain companies that use flavored beans. Maybe Califia is not one of those companies. I just find it a bit odd when the quality of the taste is kind of uniform across the board. It makes me a little suspicious. So I'm not saying that they are, but I'm also not saying that they aren't either, and I would like to know. So Califia, not to trash you guys or anything like that, but if there is a kind of process, or if there's a kind of proprietary way or method of bean quality that you guys use to sort through it or sift through it, or whether or not you flavor them, don't flavor them, or what your immersion process is, like, please let me know that I'm wrong. You know, I'm open to being wrong, but as it stands right now, this is not a bad coffee. It just seems like the flavor profile of all of these corporation cold brews, is what I'll be calling them, is just uniform.
Corporation cold brew.
Across the board.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a ring to it. You know, for saying they have a proprietary method for brewing this, it sure does taste like every other coffee out there, doesn't it?
Yep.
In the same category.
It absolutely does. And so,
well,
what would we give this on the whole grain scale?
Well, after what you just said, I'm starting to wonder if there's some kind of a global conspiracy, that perhaps there's a giant conglomerate of some kind of farm, right? Maybe perhaps these are all made in the same facility, right? They just slap a different bottle, put it in a different bottle, slap a label on it, call it a day. Maybe they all come from the same vat.
Yep.
Could that be it?
It might be, might not be. We don't know, but...
Or perhaps it's just that all cold brews, and I think this is the more likely explanation, is that perhaps all cold brews having the same two ingredients, coffee and water, and having the same method of preparation, direct immersion, right, for 10 hours or so, or maybe less or more, you're not going to really get anything different if you're using the same ingredients and the same method, right?
But you will with the bean, and so you will get something different, especially if your beans vary significantly. And so depending on where you source them from, the quality of the beans will also change from year to year as you actually gather them and harvest them.
Perhaps what you said about the location of the bean, the elevation and all that, right, the way it's prepared, perhaps those vary. But it's just that these are mixed in, or they're cut with so much water, you end up not tasting any of those intricacies.
I mean, you definitely have flavors with these, but I just don't know if it's flavored beforehand or not. Or if it's just a flavored bean variety. Because when you look on the bottle, you look at the ingredients, right?
It says coffee and water.
It just says ingredients, cold brew coffee. What does that mean? It just says coffee. Of course you're not going to put, like, if it's flavor coffee on the bottle. Why would they?
Well, what do you think it's flavored with then? If it is flavored, what is it flavored with?
It could very well be a proprietary blend. I don't know. Proprietary blends are very mysterious and all the rage.
What do you think is in here? Okay, besides coffee, beans, and water, what do you think is in this bottle?
I honestly don't know, but for example, whatever is in your hazelnut or pumpkin spice coffee, it's probably not entirely different from what's in here. Just to be frank. So whole grain scale rating. I'm getting a little tired of these uniform flavors. It's average, but it's also below average in so many ways, and I'm kind of sick of all these companies pushing their proprietary blends that all taste uniform. So honestly, I gotta give it a 3. Like, it's just not anything exceptional. It's the same.
Okay, but
as every other company.
Devil's advocate a little bit.
Sure.
Is it meant to be exceptional? Is it marketing itself as exceptional, right? Does it say
Fair
does
enough.
it say exceptional and different from every other store-bought cold brew?
It does not.
It doesn't say that.
It does not. But here's the thing too, is that you as the viewer and you as somebody who is wanting more out of your coffee deserve something more exceptional. So as I mentioned,
That I'm on board with.
we will be showing you how to make a better at-home cold brew. Very easy, very simple, very delicious. We'll show you a few different methods and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love making it at home. You're gonna wanna do it all the time and you won't get sick and tired of the same artificially tasting store-bought cold brews.
Well, my rating for this overall would be
Out of 10. Nah.
And that's the end of the video, dude. It ain't that bad. But it's not good. It's black.
Do you hear what I'm saying though? Is like literally the fact that somehow it's just coffee and just water and it has these really strong like fake tastes.
Yeah,
fake
there's no
flavors.
shot, it's just coffee and water.
There's no way.